Now, listen to part of a lecture in a world history class.
Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important inventions in human history, paper. Although we take it for granted, paper has played a crucial role in communication, education, and even politics. But where did it come from, and why was it such a game changer? Pushpin, before the invention of paper, people wrote on materials like clay tablets, wooden planks, silk, or even animal skins known as parchment. However, these materials had major limitations. Clay tablets were too heavy, silk was expensive, and parchment was difficult to produce. There was a clear need for something more practical and accessible. Pushpin, most historians credit the invention of paper to Cai Luan, a Chinese court official in the Han Dynasty, around 105 AD. He developed a method of breaking down plant fibers, mostly from tree bark, hemp, old rags, and water, and pressing them into thin sheets that dried into what we now recognize as paper. This new material was lightweight, durable, and much cheaper than earlier writing surfaces. Pushpin, once paper was invented, its impact was immediate. The Chinese used it for record-keeping, literature, and education. It also played a crucial role in the development of the civil service examination system, which selected government officials based on merit rather than family status. This was a groundbreaking shift in social mobility. Pushpin, paper didn't stay in China for long. It spread along the Silk Road trade routes and was adopted in the Middle East by the 8th century. Arab scholars improved the papermaking process and established the first paper mills in Baghdad and Damascus. This allowed knowledge to be recorded and shared more efficiently, contributing to the Islamic Golden Age, a period of major scientific and philosophical advancements. Pushpin, by the 12th century, paper had reached Europe, where it revolutionized book production. Before paper, books had to be copied by hand on parchment, which was time-consuming and expensive. The introduction of paper made it possible to mass-produce books, setting the stage for the printing press, which Johannes Gutenberg invented in the 15th century. This, in turn, fueled the spread of literacy, the Renaissance, and the eventual rise of modern education. Pushpin. But what about today? In an increasingly digital world, many people question whether paper will eventually become obsolete. While it's true that digital communication has replaced much of traditional paper usage, industries like banking, packaging, legal documentation, and education still rely on it heavily. Additionally, paper remains an important tool for art, traditional media, and even psychological learning processes. Many studies suggest that writing things down on paper helps with memory retention better than typing on a screen. Pushpin. So, while paper may not be as dominant as it once was, it is far from disappearing completely. Now, let's move on to discuss the impact of the printing press in more detail.